8 mice, a perfect world, unlimited food, 0 predators, 0 disease. It was a mathematically calculated paradise. 5 years later, every single one of them was dead, and not a single death was caused by anything a doctor could diagnose. Welcome to Universe 25, the most disturbing social experiment in history. In 1968, American scientist John Calhoun built a utopia for mice inside a federal lab. Perfect temperature, endless nesting material, the healthiest specimens chosen from elite breeding stocks. Calhoun was driven by a single, chilling question. What happens to a society when nothing is hard anymore? He had built 24 versions of this paradise before. In every single one, he saw the exact same pattern: a population explosion, a sudden spike in violence, a collapse into total apathy, and then extinction. Universe 25 was meant to be the flawless, final proof. On day 1, he placed 4 males and 4 females inside and shut the lid. The space could comfortably hold 3,800 mice. It never even came close. By day 315, the population hit 600. The enclosure was a swarming mass of fur. This is the exact moment the social fabric began to tear. In the wild, when a colony grows too large, the surplus mice leave. But inside Universe 25, there was no escape. The young males, with no empty territory to claim and no social role to fill, drifted into the center. They became listless pools of living bodies. They had no fights to win, no females to court, nothing to defend. When attacked, they didn't fight back. They just absorbed the damage, bled, and lay down again. But on the other side of the spectrum, madness took over. A hyper-aggressive faction emerged, violently forcing themselves into nests and skipping all natural courtship rituals. Then came the behavioral sink. Even though food was abundant everywhere, the mice compulsively crowded around just a few specific feeders. They grew so unnaturally dependent on social crowding that they would starve next to an empty hopper just to fight for a bite in a packed one. The stress broke the mothers. Alpha males grew exhausted and stopped protecting the nests. Mothers had to fight off intruders while nursing. Driven to insanity, they turned on their own young, abandoning their pups, forgetting them, and in the worst pockets, cannibalizing them. Fewer than 1 in 20 newborns survived. The pups that did survive grew up in a ghost town. They had no idea how a normal society functioned. They became a generation Calhoun named the Beautiful Ones. These mice never fought. They never tried to mate. They never engaged in any social activity at all. They did only 3 things: eat, sleep, and groom themselves obsessively. Their fur was pristine, completely undamaged by the chaos around them. They looked like the healthiest mice in the enclosure, but internally they were completely dead. They had simply opted out of the species. On day 560, the population peaked at 2,200. By day 920, the last successful conception occurred. After that, births dropped to 0. The colony just aged in silence. One by one, the mice died of old age with no replacements. In 1973, the last mouse in Universe 25 died. Calhoun wrote that the mice died 2 deaths. First, the death of the spirit. Then, the death of the body. When the data was published, the public panicked. The consensus was simple: comfort kills, abundance destroys. But that's not what Calhoun actually concluded. The killer wasn't comfort. It was the disappearance of meaningful roles. When a society grows faster than its supply of purpose, individuals stop functioning. The fighters have nothing to fight for. The mothers have nothing to protect. The young have nothing to inherit. The structure that gives a species a reason to participate in reality simply evaporates. Comfort didn't kill them. It just removed the friction that makes being alive feel like something. Calhoun wasn't a doomer. He believed humans could avoid the fate of Universe 25. As technology removes physical friction, he argued, humans must expand into conceptual space, into new ideas, new networks, and new roles that did not exist yesterday. The only way out is to keep inventing new reasons to be here. 8 mice, 5 years. A perfect paradise that ended in absolute extinction. The mice didn't have a choice. We still do.